Okay, I believe this is take 5 or 6. I think I've got everything good. I was just fiddling with the audio levels on Filmora to see what this game was recording. I mean, so to see what it was recording, how my audio was sounding, uh, and I think I finally got it to. I think I finally got it to a good match. All right. So hello everybody, any and everyone. My name is Lennon Otter. Recently decided, and this is going to be my playthrough of Burrows. I played a few visual novels before, furry visual novels, gay furry visual novels, dating simulators, etc. And but for this new channel that I want to start for just for fun, I thought I'd try a game that I hadn't played before. And on Itch.io, this one looked really cool. It had really nice reviews, and the art so far looks amazing. I mean, just looking at this right here, I've got a favorite. uh, I'm kind of torn between this. I think coyote jack. No, that's a jackal type looking thing, or a fox. This is maybe just a regular wolf. This shark guy, not usually one for nose rings, but he's pulling it off. So I don't know. I actually don't know if this is a dating simulator or if this is just a more of a linear, very visual novel like Soul Creek, or if there's more other gameplay aspects like it maybe Minotaur Hotel. So yeah, this is pretty blind, and I'm kind of excited. I'll try my best to do some voices. I'm not a professional voice actor. I want to make sure I make that clear. Tether your expectations accordingly. Hopefully, as time goes on, I'll get better at it because it would be fun to you know genuinely work on my skills as at doing voices for characters. But yeah, that's a bridge we'll cross when we get there. Hopefully, you're just somebody that likes to listen to people play furry visual novels. I know I am. All right, so let's just launch. I don't know the difference between these two, but I always just click the higher one. I'm assuming it has something to do with quality of gameplay, and we're all about high quality here. If it ain't high quality, I don't want it. Like this music is high quality. Holy cow. All right, I'm a little nervous because right off the bat, I mean, this looks serious. I feel like people are gonna die, and we'll see how. Oh my gosh, this is gonna be fun. All right, let's just start. Oh gosh. Okay. Mud. I hate sand. I hate mud. It's wet and coarse and gets everywhere. Alright, sorry, serious. Mud all over my Italian leather loafers. The last real gift anyone gave me is now coated in a mixture of dirt, manure, and hay. I guess that's the sign I was waiting for then. I've been prepared for it. That nagging feeling, always buzzing in the back of my head, even at the best of times. Why would tonight be any different? This click on this. Main menu, save, low process, exclamation mark. Timeline. Gray was born. Whoa, this looks involved. This is already a lot more complicated than I was expecting. Okay, might as well just save real fast. Boop. I hold my shoes in my free hand in a futile attempt at preventing any further damage. Glad I wasn't outside during whatever caused this mess. My gratitude is quickly dashed by the sound of thundering in the distance. It's the classic, at least this day can't get any worse. Maybe it's a good night Maybe it's a good night for this after all. Less people will be around. The wet mud squelches under my paws as I make my way through the unpaved streets of the Ninth Ward. Now barefoot, I take care not to step on any of the broken bottles littering the street, courtesy of the locals. And I guess I'd be considered a local by most now, although I never really fit the bill, did I? Another twinge of indescribable dread reminds me that this needs to be finished as soon as possible. The sky growls as if it's warning me not to continue. but I press on. It'll take more than that to stop me at this point. Oh, okay, that's who I am. I'm a possum. I guess I'll rename this channel Linen Possum for just this story. Oh my gosh, this is really good art. I played visual novels where, the characters don't really change that much. Obviously, I get it, limitations, but I can appreciate when this is actually, just feels more interactive this way. It starts raining. Hard. Adults quickly duck inside while children scream and play in the newly formed puddles. Well, I'll give God one thing. He has a serious knack for comedic timing. God has a sense of humor, as they say. A brave few shrug off the abrupt storm and continue drinking under the safety of their porch overhangs, waving their bottles at me as if to make a toast. I awkwardly mimic the motion in return, water spilling out of my shoes like an overfilled glass. They gave me a strange glance but shrug it off, the whiskey tea likely overriding their common sense. Or they could just be good people, Gray. When was it that I became so cynical? When was it that I became so cynical again? Well, this constant onslaught of lukewarm rain isn't exactly helping. I chuckled to myself. When God decides to take a piss where you're standing, there's not much to be done about it. Something my grandmother used to say, but in that raspy Irish brogue that added warmth to even the oddest idioms. Irish, okay? So I gotta be Irish. How do we even do that? Well, maybe he's not Irish, never mind. I can go back. When God decides to take the piss where you're standing, there's not much to be done about it. I think that was Scottish. Something my grandmother used to say, but in that raspy Irish brogue that added warmth to even the oddest idioms. I should have visited more before. That thought fizzles out before I can let myself hold on to her memory too long. A defense I'd likely cooked up to avoid adding more guilt on top of the burgeoning pile. Instead, I turned my focus to the unpleasant smell currently invading my senses. The sections of New Orleans without paved roads seems perpetually waterlogged, leaving a distinct sulphurous odor on anything or anyone that walked through them. It was actually pretty dangerous to walk on them right after a rainstorm. Tiny air pockets can create sinkholes that'll catch you off guard if you step too hard on them. A little girl runs by in a mud-stained dress, laughing playfully as her mother closes in with a towel stretched out like a fishing net. I'm reminded of all the times me and the old gang would sneak into the city to play with our secret friends here, not caring if our new clothes got dirty in the mud. The annoyance of my ruined shoes melts away as those old memories overtake me. We'd wait for a carriage to cross by in the hayfield and jump onto the back, picking up other kids along the way. Sam would usually miss the jump and plod behind, out of breath and useless by the time we got into town. Me, Etienne, and Etienne? If somebody knows how to pronounce that, please let me know. Me, Etienne, and Charles would play soldiers while Sam, Jules, and Simon would stay behind and make us mud pie rations. I hope nobody ever actually ate those. Actually, I think Et might have tried to trick Sam into it. Damn it. If only I'd tried to stop him. No. Good memories. One time, Aiden? Sorry, I'm gonna stick with Aiden for now. Aiden. One time, Aiden and I climbed up to the rooftops and pretended to fence with sticks until the sun went down. Gray was born, Sam was born, Simon was born, 18. Look at I'm already nervous about reading this properly. Now I've got these crazy names to deal with. Okay. Go back. Whoa. Sorry? How do I go back? And save. And return. Okay. If Jules hadn't pulled me down, I doubt I would have remembered to go home. Simon always looked so glum when we had to leave. She'd never let us walk her home. Et was the same way. Deep down, they must have known we came from money. Excuse me. Pardon me. I'm suddenly reminded of the beatings that would usually follow those outings. Jules would try to take the blame, being the oldest, but the adults never bought it. We'd all go to bed hungry and with sore bottoms, pretending to feel bad but stifling laughter under our sheets, perfectly pleased with ourselves. That's good. That's a good way to have fun. Yeah. It was hard not to laugh when the governess pretended to scold us in front of our parents, making goofy faces at us all the while. A crash to my left breaks me out of my reminiscing. Some cat's been flung. Oh, a small little detail. I actually don't curse that well. I don't usually curse in my day-to-day speech, even tiny amounts. I might change that for the sake of these, you know, games. I don't know if it would, take you guys out of the mood if I do that. So I'm gonna go ahead and just give this a shot. Actually, hold on. I'm gonna cut something. Alright. So I haven't decided what I want to do about the swearing in some of these, assuming there is swearing. Not all of these visual novels have it, so. Alright, I'm gonna kind of just skip over it, especially since, you know what, this is gonna be on YouTube. Might as well just censor for the censor whatever. So, yeah. Some cat's been flying butt over tea kettle down the steps of a pub by the gruff-looking bouncer. Any pains hardly reflected by his dazed expression, and I can smell the reek of liquor on his breath as he locks eyes with me. I pass by and he graces me with that toothy jack-o'-lantern grin that's so distinctive of felines. Not to be deterred, he scampers off to find another haunt. His determination is almost admirable. What was it? Huh. I might have misunderstood what just happened, but is it Halloween? Anyway. I wonder if I looked that gone when I used to... You know what? Jeez. You know what? Forget it. This whole thing would be so much easier with a few drinks in my system. Maybe that cat's got the right idea after all. I glance back at the pub. Despite the government's best efforts, Prohibition in New Orleans never really stuck. People either brought their own from home, or their owners kept it hidden away in their cellars. I look through the window and see the patrons inside singing joyfully off-key, playing cards, laughing. Even the bartender was getting in on the fun. Nah, it looks too rowdy. I'm looking for a soft, quiet descent into the unfeeling before it's time to go. I walk alongside the river out of habit and end up in the French Quarter, walking towards the welcoming lights that dot every window and veranda. I'll bet Simone's playing a sold-out show right now. Everyone's probably there. I can't imagine a worse place to be. Any possible seeds of doubt must be extinguished. Even in the heavy rain, the playfulness and color of Bourbon Street isn't dampened in the slightest. A band playing soft jazz finishes their set as I pass by a bustling nightclub, applause punctuated by the clink of glasses and murmurs of approval. I scan the area, looking for something more quiet, intimate. The rain picks up again, and I wipe a few droplets off my brow with my other hand, forgetting the bouquet I've been holding this entire time. Alright, he's got a bouquet in him. The thorn pricks me a little and I recoil instinctively, cursing under my breath at the... Yep, I don't even say that word. Believe it or not, I'm not sheltered or anything. I don't know, never grew up swearing in any capacity. I know it's a little strange. But, anyway. A thorn pricks me a little and I recoil instinctively, cursing under my breath at the dumb thing. Now, why did she think this would somehow change my mind? I glance at the letter hanging from the ribbon holding the bundle together, unopened and practically turned to pulp. Even in its mangled state, I could still make out her signature. Forever yours, Christine. What the hell am I doing holding on to this? Suddenly, I notice a red light in the distance, setting itself apart from the sea of orange gaslit lanterns. I feel drawn to it like a moth to a flame. The red is bright but gentle, leaning more towards the pink of a sweet hibiscus bloom than the tawny blaze of a real fire. Upon closer inspection, I see that it's actually a neon sign. It flickers out of existence each time a droplet hits a tube with a sizzle, slowly fading back into its brilliant hue. The light glows gently through the steam pouring out of its sewers below, practically covering the entire storefront. It looks ominous, to say the least. This music isn't helping. The small, dimly lit space surrounded by inky black on every side doesn't feel like it belongs here. Almost as if the building had been randomly placed here, not caring if it fits into the space organically. But I'm not concerned with danger right now. I make a beeline for it, spotting a trash can on the corner. I unceremoniously dump the bouquet and queue up in the front of the strange establishment. The sign's in full view now, a simple rendition of a wine glass and the word bar underneath. Uncreative, but honest. Rather bold, too. Even if the law's loose around here, surely some inspector or an out-of-towner would be outraged at such a blatant disregard. Well, at the very least, I know they'll have at the very least, I know they'll have hooch. No need for the pin, though I keep it in for personal reasons nowadays. Most importantly, I don't hear the cacophony typical of fully occupied. Most importantly, I don't hear the cacophony typical of fully occupied of a fully occupied club. Gosh, not even music? Oh, this is perfect. I walk up to the doorway, using what little cover's available to get some relief from this rain. Finding none, I flatten against the door as best I can, trying to wring some of the excess water out of my shirt. Ah well, I guess it won't matter. Besides, whoever owns the joint can't expect a dry customer with weather like this. With how quiet it sounds in there, they should be happy anyone's patronizing them. With a final flick of the wrist, and just a flash, I turn the handle and turn to the cash. With a final flick of the wrist, I turn the handle and head inside, a tiny bell chiming to signal my entry. Small details like that, an actual bell chime, I love it. The inside is widely different than I expected from its humble exterior, looking more like a high roller's lounge than a speakeasy. There are tables for billiards and poker in the back and cigarette dispensers lining the walls. I even see some back rooms, likely for more private affairs. This place couldn't have been open for long, or Et would have dragged me here already. It's got every illegality us heathens could desire, all in one place. The only thing missing seems to be the bartender. Could this place be closed for the night? Hello? Are y'all okay? I've got a southern accent. This whole time, dang it. Alright, whatever. Hello? Are y'all open? I hear someone shuffling around in the back. I guess when it's this dead, you don't exactly need to be front and center. I hope I'm not being a bother, I say, making a puddle in the foyer. Still no response. It's unsettling, and I feel the need to fill the dead air. Sure is nasty out there, eh? Oh, I hate this. But look, if you're not open, I can go. No, please. I'll be at your beck and call in just a moment, sir. A male voice, deep. Oh, thanks for the stage direction. No, please. I'll be at your beck and call in just a moment, sir. A male voice, deep. I hear him awkwardly shuffling around before emerging from the kitchen. Whoa, ho, ho. Now proudly tending the bar is a tall, portly rabbit wearing a well-tailored suit. I'm trying to get a better look at his face. Is he wearing a leather bunny mask? It's one of those kind of places. He gives me a charming smile, acting as if he hadn't kept me waiting. It works. He hums to himself while drying some freshly washed glasses. Oh, I'm loving this. I like how I'm so glad there's some like dynamic. I don't know how to explain it, but I like the different pictures. It's awesome. He'd be totally unremarkable if not for the strange leather mask covering his face and ears. It makes his otherwise cuddly appearance a little sinister. Okay, so it wasn't just me. Yeah. He notices me making a wet spot by the door and waves me over with a friendly grin. Sure is coming down out there, ain't it? Sure is. He speaks in that slow, charming Louisiana drawl I grew to love after moving here. Louisiana drawl. I'm not so sure I'm familiar. I'm trying to think of I don't know, Louis from The Princess and the Frog movie, the Disney version. I know that took place in Louisiana, I think. No, or New Orleans? New Orleans is in Louisiana. My geography sucks, sorry. And in the while speaking to this man, I apparently wrote something down in my book. Oh, wait a second. Ray meets Virgil. This is interesting. Wow. I wonder if there's going to be a mystery element to all this. I wonder how I go back from here. That's always so confusing. Yeah. Maybe just backspace. Enter. Let me quickly figure something out. How do I go back? Skip. Go back. Whatever. Alright, Virgil, I'm assuming that's you. He gestures for me to come sit, and I trot over, my soaking wet paws slapping against the hardwood floors. The bunny doesn't seem to mind the potential property damage, and smiles as I awkwardly squeeze onto one of the vinyl-covered bar stools. The feeling of my... I'm just gonna go with it. Have a good time. So what if I swear every now and again? Oops, hit my boom mic. Or hit my pop filter. That is my alarm, because I was trying to not keep this too long for my first video. And you know what? I think I probably will just cut it here anyway. I guess the cliffhanger will be, will I say this? Will I cuss in the next episode or not? Alright. Pretty interesting. I definitely am intrigued. We've only met Virgil so far, but the art is beautiful. I actually really want to play this again sometime soon. I hope you guys enjoyed my narrating. I'm sorry if I was messing up a bit. I'm trying not to think too much of it, trying to just have a relaxing time, giving this YouTube thing a shot. But, I'm going to go ahead and edit this and upload it. And, yeah. I'm sure you guys already know. Subscribe if you want to be notified when I upload more of this story. And, I hope you like it. I'll figure out the YouTube, intros and outros later. Hope you guys have a good day.